All right, now we're going to go over email and text blasting since we just went over cold calling. Again, you're going to be emailing and texting the same list we just went over with the cold calling. Your perfect client list, your potential client list, people within your community that you can partner with that will need your services, whether today or at some point in the future, and allow you to start generating leads by generating great relationships and partnerships that can last for a lifetime. You never know who you're going to meet or email that could one day become your best friend, your biggest lead generator, or your a business partner. You really never know. So email blasting is a powerful marketing tool that can significantly benefit your junk removal business. You can showcase your services, share promotions, and provide valuable insights or tips related to junk removal. And this is going to enable you to stay on top of mind and build brand awareness among your audience and community. It's also going to provide an opportunity to nurture these relationships, encourage repeat business, and generate referrals, as I just mentioned. Text messages have high open rates and quick response times, making them as an effective tool to deliver timely promotions, reminders, and important updates. People do open text messages much faster and more frequently than email. And so by leveraging text blasting, you can instantly reach your customers' mobile devices, especially in this generation where almost everybody has a smartphone, ensuring that your messages are seen much faster or sometimes not even at all with email. But additional costs may occur depending on the service that you use. It normally costs just a few pennies per text blast, but you normally have to, or per message, but you normally have to buy a package for a certain amount of text being able to send depending on the company that you use. So right here, I pulled up just some average email open rates across the United States. So the average email open rate, depending on how well the email is crafted, is 15 to 25%. Sometimes it can be way lower, and sometimes it can be up to 40 and 50%, depending on how good you are at sending emails and creating interesting and engaging emails, especially starting with the subject line. Now, a couple quick email marketing benchmarks. An average of 2.5% click rate, 20 to 30% open rate. Sundays tend to be the worst day. As you can probably expect, most people are trying to relax and not really doing work on Sundays. And then so Sundays and Saturdays on the weekends are going to have the worst click-through rates, and the worst click-to-open rates would be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as well. And so emails have a lot of welcome emails normally have a higher percentage of being opened, but the more emails you send, if you start to be too spammy, people will unsubscribe. And again, if you're not creating something that is engaging for people to actually want to open, and you're just blasting bullshit emails, then you're going to have a much lower open rate and they're not going to be as effective. When it comes to text or SMS, the SMS rate is around 98%, which is much, much higher, as you can guess, for, compared to email, because again, almost everybody has a smartphone. We've all received those random spam texts where, it's like, hey, you won this, or, click on this link, your Amazon package has been delivered, or some bullshit. Even, obviously, aside from falling for scams and clicking on links, most people are even going to see those quick little small texts that come into their phone, which goes to show why text is such a much faster open rate, and they're more regularly seen because everybody is on their smartphone these days. Everybody has a smartphone. Everybody is using their smartphone to conduct business. And again, even on a Saturday and Sunday, you're much more likely to reach a customer on those days than you would if you were going to send an email. So normally you have about a 90% response time for SMS messages within around 30 minutes. These are, again, national averages. They could be less or more for your business. And again, it does depend on the frequency of how often and what you are sending. The average click-through rate would be 20 to 35%. Conversion rates can be around 29% depending on the service that you're providing. And again, the average rate for email conversion rates are around 15%. SMS generates around 17 times more revenue than email. This doesn't mean don't do email. This means do both, because any of these email and text blasting softwares are going to allow you to do both just as efficiently from the same platform. The read rate, have a 90% read rate. Again, even people that get the spam text, obviously, if you don't click on the link, you normally still will see it or click on it to delete it. So you're still have a high likely for them to actually read it, especially if you are a real business providing a real service. And 48% of customers prefer communication from businesses to come from text messages, because again, it just makes it that much easier on their lives. They don't have to be checking their email and opening up a separate app that they're not using as much. Because again, text messages are one of the most frequent things that people do on their smartphone on a daily basis, aside from social media, which is again why it's important to build your social media brand as well on the internet. So here's some, these were just some quick little averages across the United States. These can obviously be more or higher or less or higher depending on where you're at, depending on what you're sending, depending on the frequency, and of course, depending on if you're adding value or if you're just spamming for more business. So be careful with these. You don't want to be getting unsubscribed or blocked. You want to do these in a tactful and creative way. And if you do this right, this can be a massive generator for business within your business. So hope this helps, and we will see you on the next video.